To understand how a heat category is categorized, we first have to identify the heat index. The heat index combines air temperature and relative humidity to determine how it feels to humans, rather than what the actual temperature is. The human body normally cools itself by sweating, which evaporates and carries heat away from the body. When the relative humidity is high, the evaporation rate is reduced and heat is carried away at a lower rate, causing the body to keep more heat. Soldiers at Environmental Medicine calculate the heat index every hour, a critical job for the thousands of soldiers training on the installation every day. They take calculations using a digital device called a wet bulb globe thermometer, or WBGT. The three-component gadget consists of a black globe, measuring the sun's intensity. The wet bulb takes humidity into consideration, and the dry bulb measures the actual temp of the air. Combine these and you get a heat index. The heat index is classified in the following heat categories. Heat Category 1, a WBGT reading of 78 to 81.9 degrees. Heat Cat 2, 82 to 84.9 degrees. Heat Cat 3, 85 to 87.9 degrees. Heat Cat 4, 88 to 89.9 degrees. And Heat Cat 5, 90 degrees and higher. Knowing the current heat category is vital in determining soldiers' work-rest cycle and the amount of fluids needed on an hourly basis. The work-rest cycle is broken down into three categories depending on the heat category. As the heat category rises, you can see that soldiers should take longer breaks and drink more water.
It's good for training. It's good to keep soldiers safe, not only for the water intake, but also for our work-rest cycles. It's very important to at least pay attention to what the heat is so that you know what to expect and you know what to expect from your body.
Sergeant Sarah Tate, Fort Benning TV.
Environmental Health has an automated telephone system for information on current heat category. The system is updated every hour on the hour. That number, 545-1144. Now, despite the heat, the training must go on. That's why researchers introduced a unique way to stay cool. That's as simple as a soldier rolling up his or her sleeves. Sergeant Sarah Tate is back, showing us how the 1st of the 507th Parachute Infantry Regiment keeps their trainees cool.
During training, soldiers are taught that the best way to beat the heat is to drink water. With Fort Benning experiencing another scorching summer, it's going to take a lot more than consuming water to keep soldiers fit to fight.
You'd think the temperature wouldn't be that bad in the morning, but the humidity definitely makes it so that you're, soaked even in the morning when the sun's not even out yet. So it's probably the worst that I've ever seen it.
The Airborne School trains an estimated 1,500 soldiers at any given time to include the hottest months of the year. Despite the searing heat, corners cannot be cut as soldiers are taught meticulous blocks of instructions.
The soldiers want to give 110%, and we demand 110% from the soldiers. But when he's a factor, it's pretty much impossible.
To help soldiers meet the demands of airborne training, personnel at the U.S. Army Research Institute of Environmental Medicine have developed a new way to ease heat stress for soldiers. The Arm Immersion Cooling System is not a fancy schmancy piece of equipment. The practical system is designed using a trough, a table, and 2 water coolers with attached hoses. The coolers are filled with a block of ice and water. After the cold water has been drained, soldiers rest their forearms for a minimum of 5 minutes. The simple procedure provides remarkable results as a rapid cooling process for soldiers training in the heat.
For every 5 minutes you have your arm immersed in the system, it pretty much dropped the core temperature at least 1 degree. So it helps a lot. Now that we started using the arm immersion system, there's been fewer heat casualties than I've ever seen before.
The Arm Immersion Cooling System is still in the testing and development stages and currently used by training units and installation safety offices. You can expect to see the cooling system in the entire force in a few years. Sergeant Sarah Tate, Fort Benning TV.